"You need to leave this house," I said. My voice shook, but I did not move. The man looked at me with tired eyes. He did not argue. He did not become angry. Instead, he slowly placed an old photograph on my father's table. "I understand," he said quietly. "But before I go, please look at this." My brother Tom pushed the photo away. Lucy started crying. I looked at the stranger again. Only 1 hour earlier, I had never seen his face. Now he stood inside our family home and said he was my father's first son. I wanted to believe he was lying. I wanted this terrible day to end. But to understand why a stranger called me his sister, I must return to the day of my father's funeral. My name is Sarah, and I was 32 years old. Tom was my younger brother. Lucy was our youngest sister. Our father, Robert, died after a short illness. His death left our house cold and quiet. After the funeral, we returned to our family home. Friends and family came with us. They brought food and kind words. Near the front door, I saw a man alone. He looked about 40 years old. He wore a dark coat. He did not speak to anyone. I thought he was one of Dad's old friends. Later, most people left the house. The man still waited near the door. Then he walked toward us. "My name is Mark," he said quietly. He looked at all three of us. Robert was my father too. For several seconds, nobody moved. I stared at Mark. "What did you say?" I asked. "Robert was my father," he said again. "I am your brother." Tom stood up so quickly that his chair fell. "That is not possible," he said. Lucy moved closer to me. Her face became white. Mark reached inside his coat. He took out a small photo. It showed Dad beside a young woman. A little boy stood between them. "I am the boy in this photo," Mark said. I did not take it from him. "We do not know you," I said. "You are not our family." Mark lowered his hand. "I knew this would be difficult," he said. "Then why did you come?" Tom asked. Mark looked at Dad's empty chair. "Because he asked me to come after his death." Then he placed an old envelope on the table. The envelope had my father's name on it. I knew his writing at once. Tom picked it up, but I stopped him. "Do not open it," I said. "Why not?" Lucy asked. "Because this man may be lying." Mark did not become angry. He sat quietly across from us. "My mother's name was Anne," he said. "She married your father many years ago." Tom shook his head. "Dad never spoke about another marriage." "He left us when I was 6, Mark said. After that, I saw him only a few times." "Why did he leave?" Lucy asked. Mark looked down at his hands. "I never knew the full reason. My mother did not like talking about it." Tom's face became red. "Why did Dad hide this secret from us?" Mark slowly pushed the envelope closer. "The answer may be inside." Tom opened the envelope before I could stop him. Inside, we found one short letter. The letter was for Mark. Dad wrote that he felt sorry. He wrote that fear controlled him for many years. He also asked Mark to meet us after the funeral. I read the letter twice. "This proves Dad knew you," Lucy said. "It does not prove he was your father," I replied. Mark looked hurt, but he stayed calm. "I did not come for money," he said. "I do not want the house." "Then what do you want?" I asked. "I wanted to meet my family once." "We are not your family," I said again. Mark stood and took the photo. "I understand," he said. "I will leave." He walked toward the door. Then Lucy noticed something on the back of the envelope. "Wait," she said. "There is a key." The small key opened Dad's desk drawer. Dad always kept that drawer locked. We never knew what was inside. Tom opened it slowly. We found many letters tied with a blue string. We also found old photos. In one photo, Dad held Mark as a baby. In another, they sat near a lake. Mark looked about 10 years old. I saw Dad's smile in every picture. Mark stood near the door. He did not move closer. Lucy opened one letter. It began with Mark's name. Dad wrote about missing Mark. He wrote about Mark's birthday. He wrote about a small wooden boat they made together. Tom turned toward Mark. "You made boats with Dad?" he asked. Mark nodded. "He taught me when I was young. I knew that hobby very well. Dad also taught us to make wooden boats." Then I opened the final letter. It was written to all 4 of us. "My dear children," the letter began. Dad wrote that Mark was his first son. He wrote that his first marriage ended badly. He left Mark and Anne because he was young and afraid. He wanted to return many times. However, he feared losing his new family. Dad did not ask us to forgive him. He only asked us not to punish Mark for his mistake. Tom put the letter down. So Dad chose fear, he said. He kept Mark outside our lives. Mark's voice became quiet. I was angry with him for years. Why did you still come? I asked. Because I wanted to know you, he said. You are part of him. I looked at Mark's face. He had Dad's eyes. He also had Dad's small smile. For the first time, I did not see a stranger. Then Mark asked one painful question. Do you want me to leave? Nobody answered at first. I wanted to say yes. The word almost left my mouth. Then I looked at the old photos again. Mark lost our father many years before we did. He grew up without Dad beside him. We received Dad's time, care, and love. Mark received a few letters and short visits. You can stay for tea, Lucy said. It was a small offer, but Mark smiled. Tom made tea. I placed bread and cheese on the table. At first, our questions were simple. Where do you live? What work do you do? Did you know Dad liked fishing? Mark told us he worked as a school teacher. He also loved fishing and old music. Dad loved those things too. Then Mark laughed at one of Tom's jokes. His laugh sounded exactly like Dad's. We all became silent. Mark returned 2 days later for dinner. This time, I opened the door for him. He brought the small wooden boat from his childhood. Dad made it with him. Tom brought another wooden boat from our living room. Dad made that one with us. We placed both boats beside each other. They look almost the same, Lucy said. Mark smiled. Dad always used the same blue paint. During dinner, Mark told us about his mother. He spoke with love and care. He did not say bad things about Dad. I wanted answers, he said, but I also wanted peace. I understood his words. Mark did not create Dad's secret. He lived with it longer than us. After dinner, I showed him our family photo books. Then I found an old picture of Dad as a young man. Mark quietly said, I have the same picture. A week later, we met again for our usual Sunday dinner. This time, Mark's name was on the table card. His chair stood beside mine. We spoke about Dad. We shared happy stories and painful questions. We could not change our father's choice. We could not get back the lost years. But we could choose what happened next. Before Mark left, I gave him one of Dad's wooden votes. This should stay with you, I said. Mark held it carefully. Are you sure? I nodded. You are our brother, I said. Welcome to our family. Tom hugged him. Lucy hugged him next. Then Mark looked at me. I opened my arms, and he hugged me too. Dad's secret hurt all of us, but Mark was not the secret. He was our brother. Sometimes a family begins with blood. Sometimes it truly begins when people open the door.